how you want your heart to look like. Tell me how else you want your heart to taste like, and how delicious you want your heart to look. At this point, I use my fufu to eat this delicious soup. So let me start this listing out my ingredients. My goat meat, spice it up with my Maggi, onion. I set it aside. Next is a stockfish, panla, dry fish, then pomo and other dry fish I wash and I put it aside. Our next ingredient is tickner. This is our ofo grounded already, so I have to put it aside. Our next is our banga. I cooked it and pound it and put it aside. Our next is our salt, our this is our ogiri, and next is our crayfish. Next we put, I love using this combination, the dry and fresh pepper and our nut cube. Next is our Okazi leaf. Okazi leaf, you can blend it, you can pound it, you can re-slice it after getting it in the market. Our next is our Oziza leaf, and our next is the king of the soup being Oha Leaf. I've already prepared them and put them all aside. Now begin to parboil our meat. I told you I put all the ingredients, then I set it aside like some minutes, like over 30 minutes. Trust me. So put it in my pot. I make sure I stir it, cover it, allow it to boil, allow it to heat up. Along the line, I started making my banga, being the akwu I pounded. And at this first junction, I really got enough juice from this akwu I pounded. So how you can get this extent: when you buy akwu, wash it thoroughly, put it in a pot, then cook it like 30 minutes. Then after that, pound it. You can get it. And some our olden days mothers, they can use hand to, after boiling their banga, they use hand to squeeze it to get juice like this. But we, this generation, we don't like stress. Okay, so at this junction, I'm done squeezing the first and massaging it at the first time. So I have to get the juice, put it aside. I have to put it aside, pour back the chaff into the bowl. Now I'm using warm water in this second wash, because I really want to get all this whole oil beside the bowl. So you can use warm water that cannot burn your hand, that you can easily put your hand in. So at this point, I wash it. If you can see, I got more juice from this because of the warm water. Really helped me to get more juice, and the difference between the first juice I got and the second one is not much. So I have to sieve it again. I sieve it again, I got more juice, and I have to throw the chaff away. Yeah, and this is the juice I got from the washed akwu. So at this point, this juice is going to make your soup look so enticing. Trust me. So let's cross check our cooking meat, and it's okay. At least it has done halfway, but not really done. So at this point, I have to put my stockfish. Then I will have to put our banga sauce. So you have to be careful at the part of this banga you're pouring. Don't put the part side. You have to mind so that you can put other chaff. Here is our Okazi, pounding it. Likewise, what I said earlier, you can pound it, you can slice it, you can blend it, but I love pounding. Let's cross check our banga. And now the sauce is really boiling and the goat meat is done. Like I wouldn't want to want my goat meat to done more than this. I put my ticknner. As you put your ticknner, please stir it immediately. Actually, it's going to have some seed. Don't be afraid. Okay. Next, after you make sure you stir it very, very well, put in your pepper, dry pepper and fresh pepper. This pepper will allow it to. This pepper will enable those seeds of that thickener to ease in. So I add more water because that water I added, the water from that stock will not be enough, so I cover it. So mind you, the pepper is going to help in easing that thickener. Now it has been boiling for some minutes. Give it a good stir again. As you can see, like most of the thickener have dissolved, right? You give it a good stir. Then after the stir, you have to put your, what is it called, you have to put your ogiri. Now you have to put our ogiri. This ogiri, do you know ogiri is really good for the eyes and for the brain? It has a lot of benefits. So at this point, ogiri gives it a good aroma, a nice taste that I don't know, like the kind of taste this ogiri gives soup. Mostly this ogiri see. Next is our crayfish. I love using enough crayfish to cook my food. So after putting my crayfish, I put in my salt. So at this point, after putting your salt, you have to stir before you put your seasoning cube, being the nut cube. So after that, after putting our cube, we cover it. We allow it to boil for some minutes. Then we'll come back. At this point, we're going to add our Oziza. Why I'm putting Oziza earlier? Because Oziza is not vegetable. Vegetable is easily to cook, but Oziza is not easily to cook. If you want to get the taste of Oziza, you have to put it on time. You have to put it on time so that you can get the taste of that Oziza in your soup. That's why sometimes when you use Oziza to cook, it will be the following day you get the taste, the food taste in your soup. So this is why you have to put your Oziza first, allow it to heat up before you can put any other leaf you're using to cook. So at this junction, we have to put our Okazi leaf. So give it a good stir again. As you can see here, I think the Oziza really heat up. So let's put our panned Okazi. So I put the Okazi, I give it a good stir again, and I cover it. So if you watch to this extent, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, like, comment anything if you're not comfortable, anything you're not comfortable at, please comment below. Tell me what you want, tell me the things you're confused at, and let's cover this soup before we can put our Oha Leaf. After some minutes, we come back. Then is the time we can put the king of our soup. Oha is being put inside, and me, I don't like stirring my Oha, like turning it after putting it. I have to cover the pot to heat some minutes before I can stir it. Now tell me this thing is not enticing. Tell me, if you're here with me, you will know how delicious this soup look like, this soup's aroma. So if you watch this extent, I want to thank you. Please subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. I want to see you in my next video. Thanks for giving me listening here, and I dish it out with my fufu. I will see you in my next video, please, and don't forget to also subscribe. Please subscribe. Cha cha. Love you all.